Hello and welcome to Yoga for Conflict. I'm Amy with Abunditude, and today we'll do a yin yoga practice. Yin is great for getting into some of the tissues and the ligaments and even the bones. And this can help put a little bit of stress on the body so that we can relieve tension once we are finished holding the pose. So we'll come into a short meditation first. And I recommend coming to the edge of your seat if you're sitting in a chair, or a pillow or a towel that can help your pelvis tilt slightly forward. You can also do this lying down. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Start to come into your space, bringing the thoughts into the air, the aura that surrounds your body, melting into the floor. Take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Starting from the top of the head, release any tension in the area between the eyes, the third eye. And release any tension in the throat and the jaw. Release in the neck and the throat. Release in the shoulders and the chest. Release in the stomach, behind the belly button, below the belly button, grounding down into your sit bones, into the floor below. I'd like you to think of something that you desire, maybe a purpose or something that you're working towards. And think of a letter that is associated with that. So if it's trust, it might be the letter T. Think of the letter T or the letter that is associated with your intention. And imagine a little squiggly circle around that letter. As you inhale, hold that image in your vision. As you exhale, release and let it float away. Now, as you breathe in, start to see the area between the eyebrows, behind the eyelids. Notice the space. Notice the infinite number of cells between the eyes. Notice the space between the eyes and the back of the head. The infinite number of possibilities. Moving down into the throat. Notice the space in the throat. And moving down into the chest. Notice the gentle heartbeat. and the space in the heart. Notice the space around the heart. Coming down into the stomach, area behind the belly button, seat of confidence and personal power. Notice the space behind the belly button. Moving down into the sit bones, into the pelvis. Notice the space between the pelvic bones. And gently bring your attention to the outer layer of the body. Notice the space all around. And bringing attention to 5 inches all around the body. Notice the infinite number of cells and molecules surrounding the body. Bring your attention into the room and into the area where you're sitting or lying down. Notice the infinite number of cells and molecules, air and space. Now come back to your letter. Imagine that letter with the squiggly little lines around it. And notice the feelings that are connected with your intention, with your desire. What do you feel with this thing, with this intention? If it's trusting, maybe it's a feeling of safety and freedom. Notice what that feels like in the body. And hold that feeling. Stay with it. Allowing it to expand into the edges of the body. Breathing in, breathing out. Holding, breathing in. Holding that feeling, breathing out. And gently bring some movement to the fingers and toes. You can open your eyes, inhale, exhale, sigh. Just let it all out. And let's come into our first pose. We'll do a single leg straddle. So take one foot out and you can point the toes up to the sky, and it doesn't need to be out too far. Just notice where you start to feel a little bit of tension on the inside of the leg. And you can use extra pillows, blocks for support. Sometimes I like to put an extra pillow under the knees. Wherever you need extra support, find that space and fill it with what you need. Might put one under the knee of the other leg. And keep the foot, the sole of the foot open towards the midline of the body. Inhale and exhale, start to fold forward. You can also bring this over the leg, just slightly twisting in the waist. Inhale and exhale over the leg. Move with your breath. In these poses, we'll hold for about 2 or 3 minutes. So gently notice where you feel a sensation and start to move towards that sensation. You can also take pillows at the waist for extra support in the low back. You might feel a little tug in the back of the legs, maybe the inside of the legs, maybe the outer hips. Every body is different, so notice what yours is saying today. Breathing in, breathing out, and deepen into the stretch. Notice where the mind starts to go as we deepen into these poses. Sometimes it can take you in mysterious places. Just gently move towards the sensations in the body and use your breath to release any tension. Deep inhale and exhale. Slowly start to come back up to neutral. And stay here for a moment. Notice as the chi, which is the energy that starts to flow back through the body after holding a pose for a long time. Notice as that releases throughout the body. One of the great benefits of yin yoga is the energy that flows back through after holding these poses. As we put a little bit of stress in a certain area of the body, and then when we release, the energy regenerates cells and life force. So we'll do the other leg, taking the other leg out to the side. Again, finding the spot that fits your body. You don't need to push it or force it. But find an area that just gently pulls along the inner thigh, pointing the toes up to the sky, using extra pillows for under the knees or maybe at the waist. Taking the other foot towards the midline of the body. Inhale and either exhale over the front of the body or gently turn at the waist, inhale, and fold over the leg. That's outstanding. Inhale, exhale, fold, moving towards the sensations. And again, you might feel this in the back of the leg, maybe in the low back, maybe in the outer hips. Move towards that sensation and notice what's happening in your body. Again, we never want to force anything in yin yoga, but just moving towards your edges and allowing the breath to gently release. Breathing in, breathing out. Notice as different areas start to release with time. Sometimes we can hold a lot of emotions in our body, and this might bring up things that you haven't thought about before in a while. This might bring up things that are from your past or things that you haven't thought of in a while. Just allow those thoughts to gently go and release into the feelings in the body. slowly start to come back up. Taking a moment here to pause, noticing any flow of energy back through the body, allowing it to release. And as a counter pose, bend the knees and start to bring the hands behind the body and gently rock them side to side, kind of like windshield wipers. Allowing the body to release any tension in the legs and the low back. And coming back to neutral. Take a moment to notice what's happening in the body. Our next pose is deer pose. So take one of your feet in front and take the other foot to the side. And depending on how your body is today, it might be in front or it might be a little bit more to the side, maybe even behind. And the other foot will come in towards the midline, and you can have extra pillows or blocks for under the knees. Whatever allows you to fill in some space to come into an area where you feel a slight tug, but not forcing. So you might feel it on the top of the legs, maybe in the hips. And you can take your upper body and move it gently over to the side, over the knee. Inhale, and you can either stay here or exhale over the knee. Pillows can help at the waist for extra support in the low back. Inhale, exhale. You press the hands down to relieve any tension, to provide stability for the body, to allow you to move towards the sensations. Inhale, exhale, a little deeper into the pose. We'll hold this for about 3 minutes. Allowing the body to release in its own time. Inhale, exhale, release. Notice where the mind starts to go. As you get into any difficult positions, sometimes it can make judgments. Gently notice them without running off with a story, and release with the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Moving deeper with each breath, allowing the body to release with the mind. Breathe in, breathe out a little deeper into the pose. One more time, inhale. Exhale, slowly come back up. Bring the legs together and crisscross. Notice any changes in the body. Notice as the chi energy courses back through the blood. And we'll take it over to the other side. So bring the other leg in front, parallel with the body, and then take the opposite leg to the side. And again, finding what area suits your body. If it's more forward, depending on where your hips are today, or you might bring it more to the side, maybe behind the body. And bringing the heel of the other foot close to the knee. And using any extra pillows you need for support. So either under the knees, maybe under the ankles. And inhale, exhale, start to fold over the legs. Moving toward the sensations. You might feel it in the hips, maybe the inner thighs, maybe in the groin. Noticing what your body is calling you to do today. Inhale. And exhale, fold a little deeper. Finding that sweet spot to hold for a couple minutes. Releasing any areas that are still tight, like the face, the jaw, maybe the neck. Breathing in and out to deepen into the pose. Breathe out a little deeper. Breathe in. And as you exhale, slowly start to press back up. Bringing the feet, bending the knees, and coming back to your windshield wipers. Releasing any tension in the face, the jaw. Maybe do a couple neck rolls, not forcing anything. Just notice what's happening. And we'll come onto our tummies for Sphinx pose. So finding a spot for you, and this is not okay if you have any problems in your lower back, but if your lower back is flexible and you can come to either a low cobra or to Sphinx. Coming down onto the mat, onto the tummy, maybe using any pillows for extra support under the ankles. Maybe a blanket for under the knees. Bring your forearms down to the mat. Press the hands into the mat, into the floor. Press the tops of the feet into the floor and breathe. Release your face, release your jaw. Maybe open and close your mouth a few times. And if this is tough on the low back, you can come a little bit lower, pressing the shoulders back. Releasing any tension in the shoulders and the chest. Notice where you feel maybe a slight tug. But if you feel any pain or tingling, back off. Inhale. Exhale, maybe a little bit deeper. Opening in the chest, roll the shoulders back. And notice where the thoughts go in this pose. As we open up the hearts, maybe feelings of hope, confidence, power. Maybe smile with your Sphinx. Breathe in. And as you exhale, gently release. You can place one cheek on the mat and come all the way down. Rest the body. And if this is tough on your stomach or low back, you can come into a child's pose. I like to use a little pillow in front, maybe even a pillow with a block. Bring the knees a little wider and exhale, fold over the mat with a pillow. And gently rest your face, rest your head, rest your shoulders, and breathe. Notice any changes in the body. Notice any thoughts, any judgments, or anything that you're holding on to. Breathe in. And exhale, slowly start to push up. Next we'll come into swan pose. So similar to pigeon pose. Make sure to have some extra support, blocks, pillows, throw towels, throw pillows. And we'll bring one foot to the front of the mat. And maybe this is fine for you today. But if you can open it up to the side and maybe bring the shin down to the mat so that's parallel. Bring the back leg back. The top of the foot is on the floor. You can bring the front foot in for a little bit more release or out for a little more tug in the outer hips. You can place a pillow or a block under the front leg for a little extra support. Filling in any spaces that you feel need extra support. Coming to upward swan, holding and smiling, finding the area that suits your body. Move toward that sensation and breathe. And if this is too tough, you can also do this on your back in a figure 4 position. So coming onto the back, bring one knee up and bring the other ankle over that knee. Then reach the hands through the legs and start to pull the front leg in towards the chest. You might feel this in the bent knees, hip, or maybe in the low back, maybe in the groin. Move toward the sensations in your body. And if you're in front-facing swan, you can stay here or start to fold over the front leg, bringing the upper body down towards the mat. Maybe using a block or pillow under the head. Breathe in. As you exhale, slowly come out of the pose, pressing back up, coming back to neutral. And we'll come back to a child's pose. So taking the knees wide if you need to. Maybe a pillow and a block. And gently release the body over the mat or pillow. Breathe in, breathe out. Noticing any energy that's flowing back through the body. Noticing any energy flowing back through the body. Breathe in. Exhale, start to push up. And we'll do swan on the other side. So take any pillows, blocks that you need. Bring the other leg in front, bringing the leg parallel, or maybe the heel comes in a little bit, for a little bit more release, or maybe out a little bit more for a little more tug. You can take the pillows under the legs for extra support. If there's any space under the legs, maybe take a pillow under there. And you can keep the hands on the floor, press up for upward swan. And again, if this is too tough, try on your back in a figure 4 position. So coming to the back, and bring one knee in, bring the other foot over the ankle, start to thread the hands through the legs, and pull the leg in. Maybe using your elbow to press the other hip out, and breathe. Allowing any areas of tension release with your breath. And if you're in swan, breathing in. Maybe exhale, start to fold over the legs. Maybe taking a block for the head to rest. Move toward the sensations with your breath. Notice if any stories start to come up. Just gently release them with your breath, not running off, not getting attached. Start to breathe in As you exhale, slowly start to press back up, coming back to neutral. Notice what you feel in the body, maybe crossing the legs. Just gently breathe. To a short toe squat. So this is great to open up some energy in the toes and maybe get going for the day. So come up to the hands and knees and bring your toes down towards the floor and sit back on your heels. And this can create a lot of fire. So find the area that feels a little bit tense, but no pain or tingling. Again, back off if there's any pain. Pressing the toes down into the floor, sitting the hips back. If you need to release, you can come slightly forward and then gently come back. Breathe. Let the juices start flowing in the toes. We do so much work on our feet as yoga teachers, as parents, siblings, children, all those wonderful roles that we play in life. Give your feet a little bit of tension so they can release and feel that wonderful chi. Breathe in. Breathe out. And gently come forward, kick it out. Press the tops of the feet on the floor. And for a counter pose, sit back onto the heels, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat this time. And you can gently lift the knees up for an ankle stretch. So pressing the tops of the foot into the floor, lifting up, maybe releasing a little bit if you need to. Finding that area, that sweet spot of tension. So the release will feel so good. Breathing in, breathing out, and gently coming back. We'll come onto our backs for a happy baby. Come all the way onto your back and start to bring the knees in towards the chest. You can take the feet out to the side, just where it's comfortable for you. If you can reach the outer edges of the feet, go for it. Otherwise, you can also grab the outer calves, maybe the shins, maybe the back of the knees, bringing them in towards the chest, maybe in towards the armpits, pressing the feet up to the sky. And enjoy this pose, soak it in. This is our last pose before our final dessert, our Shavasana. Inhale, exhale, bringing them in a little deeper. Breathe in, breathe out. Moving toward that sweet release. Breathe in, exhale, bring the feet together, bring the knees together. Start to roll the knees out. one direction, and then the other direction. And gently release the legs. For Shavasana, you can have a pillow under the knees, under the ankles, wherever you know you need a little extra support to feel safe and comfortable. Coming all the way to your back, rest the head, and breathe. You deserve it. Coming down to this final resting place, our Shavasana. This is the spot to feel all the juices flowing back in, to be everything that we are. Open the palms up to the sky. Reach the shoulders up and back and press down into the floor. Maybe find a little opening in the chest and release everything into the floor below. Breathing in, breathing out. Allowing your mind to rest. Gently come back to that letter, your intention, and the feelings that come with that intention. Allow those feelings to expand in the body. Making them everything you are. Feelings of joy, of peace, understanding, trust, love, safety, freedom. Fill the body with all those feelings as you deserve it. They're everything you are. If you can think it, you can be it. Start to bring some movement back to the fingers and toes. Breathe in, breathe out. Start to bring the knees into the chest. And rock over to one side. Gently rest here before making any movement. Gently press up to your seat, coming to your new self, your best self, your fully intended self. Breathe in, breathe out, and take this with you the rest of the day. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care and namaste.